guys, welcome to my video today. Today is everything about line work and how to get solid lines. I have to use fake skin today as I have no customer today and no design that I want to use on my skin right at the moment. So I hope this works with fake skin. I don't really like fake skin for stick and poke, but it's better than nothing, I guess. So I hope this works. Yeah, we've got some lines here. They're done with a skin marker, and this is from Real Skin. Real Skin is R-E-E-L skin, so not real skin, but the brand is called Real Skin, and it's quite thick. That's why I like it, and I think it's the best fake skin on the market at the moment. And if you want to use it, normally they've got pieces in a bag about 1 kilo, and these are rest pieces, so it's the cut-off pieces of these big fake skin things you can buy. And I think it's totally enough to work on these small cut-off pieces, because this is a long one. For example, you can train I don't know, a snake on this one or whatever. And so that's for the Real Skin. I've got my tattoo needle, I've got my tool, and I hope this will work out. Okay, so for the beginning, if you tattoo, is it enough light? I don't know. If you tattoo on skin, you will always have to look on the ankle. So I know if you just read in our Facebook group, the ankle is important. Everybody talks about the ankle, but what does that mean? And for today, I want to show you what I mean with the ankle. Because, okay, for tattooing, there, take the skin like this. There you've got the skin. You poke into the skin. Most people start poking like that in a 90-degree angle. It works, but not really good. And I will show you the reason why. I normally poke in a 45-degree angle, about that, sometimes like that. So you're somewhere between 60 and 40-degree angle while poking. Yeah, so poking, there's the skin, there's the ankle. Not a 90-degree, a 45, like this. Okay, so the reason is, if you poke into the skin, always stretch the skin, but that's the next part. Yeah, the light is not the best source today. Maybe I can... No, doesn't work. Okay, hopefully you can see what I mean. Normally you stretch the skin really good, but with fake skin, doesn't matter. You poke in this ankle, like that. Okay, there you go. And there's the first part of our line. If you poke in a 90-degree angle, like that, it is possible to get a line, but as you can see, the color won't stick in that good. I can show you, hopefully. There you can see. So the last part of this line is a little bit lighter, there. And it doesn't stick in that well. So the reason is, if you have the skin layer, there you've got the needle. If you poke in a 90-degree angle into the skin, like that, you've got the holes, the pokes, next to each other, and most of the time there is some space between the holes. Oh yeah, that's my baby cat. He's a little bit crazy. I'm in home office today. And Yeah, okay, so if you poke in a 90-degree angle, you've got some space between the holes. And if you poke in the skin in a 45-degree angle like that, you've got the holes. So 90-degree, there you've got space between the dots, and you have to fill up the space with another dots. It's a little bit, you can do it, but I think it's, oh come on, don't annoy me now. But it's more work, and the result is not as solid as it would be if you poke in this angle. And the reason is, I can show you. If you poke in this angle into the skin, so that's our skin, and you poke in like that, there you've got the poke, okay? And the next one next to it, and the next one next to it. So you can see there is space between the dots, but if you look on top of it, you've got in the skin, there is color in the skin, there is color in the skin, and there is color in the skin. And if you look on top of it, like for example here, then you've got this layer color, this layer color, and this layer color. And if you look on top of it, it's much darker. If you've just poked in a 90-degree, like this, and this, and you look on top of it, you've got a black dot, but nothing in between. Here you have these lines in the skin, and if you look on top of it, there's always color in the skin. Doesn't matter from where you look on top of it, there's always color in the skin. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so that's the reason why you have to think about the right angle. So if you go in like that, you will get more color into the skin, and if you look on it, on top of it, there's more color staying into the skin. I mean, fake skin is never great fun for hand poking. It's made for machine, so that you can really bam the color into the skin, but it's not made for hand poking. But as you can see, there's a nice line with this ankle. That's the first thing. The second thing is, as I said, stretch the skin. I know it's sometimes a little bit annoying to stretch the skin, but if you stretch the skin like that, okay, you stretch the skin, it is easier to get the right layer of skin where you should fill in the color. That's the first part. You don't have to poke that deep because the stretched skin is thinner, you see? So it's easier to get the color in the right layer. And secondly, if you don't stretch the skin, it's more like poking into a sponge. Our skin is a little bit spongy, and if you poke without stretching, you can have the problem that, first of all, not the right layer, and secondly, not enough color. So you have to go over it and over it and over it and over it again. It takes about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 passes until you've got a solid line. If you stretch the skin, it takes 1 to 2 passes maybe for a solid line. And the best way to stretch, I can show you, is the 3-point stretch. So, for example, on this line, you've got 1 point, second point, stretching the skin, and then you've got, with your hand, you're pushing the skin in the 3rd point. And now you've got a 3-point stretch, and you can work. Okay, so that's the reason why you should stretch in a 3-point like this. Stretch the skin. Always stretch with the line. Don't stretch like this. Stretch with the line. Like this, and like this. Then it's definitely much easier to get the color in, and yeah, that will improve your line work. Okay, so we've got the ankle, we've got the stretching. Then the third point that could help is not only the right ankle to the skin, it should be the right ankle to the line. You can see the line here, this pink one, and you should poke with the line in the direction of the line. If you poke like this, then first of all, even if you've got the right ankle to the skin, but first of all, you've got the problem, I can show you. If you poke like this, then you still got these only dots next to each other, and you haven't got the advantages of the 45-degree ankle, because you've got these pokes only. If you poke with the line, like here, if you poke with the line, there you go. You've got the advantage of the 45-degree ankle. There you've got a darker line, and if you go over it a second pass, you've got a line. So that's the first reason why you should poke with the line and not in any other direction. Always with the line. It doesn't matter if you pull, that means if you go with the line, or if you push, you can, if you want to, you can push, and you can poke like this. That's pushing the needle. Doesn't matter if you pull or push, but never poke in like that, because you've got only dots and not the advantages as I told you when you poke in like that, and you look up or downwards onto the line. And the second part about poking with the line is you can't see it good on this fake skin, but on real skin, here you've got the pokes, yeah, poke, 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 got your line, and that's fine because the color is going into the skin in this direction. But if you poke in a wrong angle, you get blowouts, and it's not a real blowout because most of the time you get the second layer of the skin, but not the third, the second. The second is one where we want the color in. But the problem is, if you poke, like for this line, for example, if you poke like this, your needle goes in, the dot goes in on the line, but underneath the line, here, this part next to the line, there is the needle in the skin, you know? Because you're not going in like this, you're going in like that, and the color will be here and a little bit deeper in the skin. It will be always next to the skin. Not as dark as the line is, but later on this will look like a blowout. And it isn't a blowout. You haven't blown out the color because you've gone too deep. You have yeah, a sort of a blowout because you've gone in a wrong angle. So first 45-degree angle, pull the skin, and always with the line. And for the people who ask how they should know if they're deep enough, you've got this sound and you've got a feeling for the skin. First of all, the sound, if you go deep enough into the skin, on fake skin this sound is, yeah, doesn't work. I can show you, I don't know if you can hear this, but these blop is on real skin too. So if you're on real skin and you're deep enough, your needle is in the skin and the skin closes around the needle, and when you pull it out again, it makes these plop. That's when you're deep enough on real skin. On fake skin, the plop is always there. It doesn't depend if you're deep enough or not. And you can't really practice going to the right depth with fake skin, but it is good for practicing line work and shading and all the techniques. And later on, if you go on real skin, this will help you a lot. Okay, so if you get in deep enough, you've got this plop. That's the first thing. And if you can't hear the plop, maybe your ears are not good enough, or the plop is really, 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 I don't know, yeah, not loud enough, whatever. There is still this feeling, and that, I don't know if you can see it, but the skin goes with the needle. You can see that? I can show you, I hope I can show you a little bit deeper. Okay, my hand is not the best for this. Okay, this will work, I think. So, if you're in the skin and you're deep enough, then the skin goes up a little bit, sticks onto the needle and goes up a little bit. That will show you that you're deep enough, if you can't hear it. And yeah, the last part where you can see you're deep enough is if the color is, for example, like here, it's more a gray, or on skin it's more a light, it's a brown black. So it's not really dark black, it's more a little bit brown or gray. Then mostly you're not deep enough. So a real solid line should be pitch black, then you're deep enough. And if not, it will be grayish or a little bit more brown, for example. Yeah, if you have any questions, just write down in the comments. I hope this helped a little bit. And I will definitely show you on real skin how to do a line, because that's a little bit more realistic, and yeah, it shows a little bit more how to do the line work properly on skin. But for today, just to improve your line work, I hope these tricks and tips will be a little bit helpful. See you next time. Bye bye.